You've probably heard it before. The smartest people are just born that way. But what if I told you that's a total myth? In fact, there's a secret that 99% of people don't know about. A secret that can help you master any skill, learn faster, and become an expert in record time. And no, it's not about being a genius or spending hours buried in books. It's about unlocking your brain's full potential and using techniques that accelerate learning in ways most people would never imagine. If you've ever struggled to learn something new, whether it's a language, a musical instrument, or even a new job skill, you're not alone. The truth is, we all hit mental roadblocks. But what if you could break through those barriers and learn faster than you ever thought possible? That's exactly what we're diving into today. The real strategies to accelerate your learning, improve mental performance, and master anything. Imagine being able to pick up new skills with ease, retaining information like a pro, and achieving things others would deem impossible. All of that can be within your grasp. Stick around, because I'm about to share the exact methods that can unlock your brain's potential and change the way you approach learning forever. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. The power of mindset for accelerated learning. The first thing you need to understand if you want to learn faster than most people is this: it all starts in your mind. Believe it or not, your mindset plays a huge role in how quickly and effectively you learn. You've probably heard of the growth mindset, but what does that really mean for you? It means that your abilities are not fixed, and with the right strategies, you can improve at anything you put your mind to. But here's the kicker: the right mindset isn't just about believing in yourself. It's about learning how to approach challenges with the right mental framework. Imagine if you could look at every new skill as an opportunity to grow rather than a task to be mastered. That's the essence of a growth mindset, embracing challenges and seeing failure as a stepping stone to success. The key here is not being afraid of mistakes. Instead, understand that every failure is a learning opportunity. With this mentality, you'll start to see improvement in ways you never expected, and the process of learning will become far less overwhelming. Now let's dig deeper into how to actually shift your mindset for success. A common trap many people fall into is thinking they need to be perfect right from the start. They're too focused on getting it right and neglect the power of progress. If you want to learn faster, you need to embrace the idea of failing forward, consistently taking action, tweaking your approach, and celebrating small wins along the way. This is where most people miss the mark, and by shifting your mindset, you can set yourself up for success like never before. Effective learning strategies. The next step in mastering anything faster than most people is understanding that learning isn't just about putting in more time, it's about putting in smarter time. This is where learning strategies come into play. Let's face it, we've all been in that situation where we feel like we're studying for hours, but the information just doesn't stick. The good news? There's a better way. Using targeted learning strategies can significantly improve your learning speed and retention. And no, this isn't about cramming more into your brain. It's about learning how to study effectively. One strategy that's an absolute game changer is spaced repetition. It's a technique backed by science, and it's one of the best ways to retain information long term. Instead of cramming everything in one go, you space out your review sessions over increasing intervals. This not only helps you retain the information, but it also strengthens your memory in ways that cramming never will. If you're looking to learn faster and remember better, this method is essential. For example, if you're trying to learn a new language, review your vocabulary words a day after you first learn them, then 3 days later, then a week later, and so on. But that's not all. Another powerful strategy is active recall. It's a technique where you actively test yourself on the material, rather than just passively rereading it. This forces your brain to work harder to retrieve the information, which strengthens your memory and improves your learning speed. A simple example: after reading a chapter, close the book and try to recall the main points without looking. The more you test your recall, the more likely you are to master the material faster and with more precision. The role of focus and concentration. Now let's talk about one of the most critical elements when it comes to learning faster: focus and concentration. We live in a world full of distractions, social media, notifications, the endless pull of multitasking, and it's no surprise that many people struggle to stay focused. But if you want to accelerate your learning and truly master something, you need to sharpen your ability to concentrate. And here's the good news. Focus is a skill you can develop, just like any other. One effective technique to boost your focus is the Pomodoro technique. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. Set a timer for 25 minutes and dedicate that time solely to one task. After the 25 minutes are up, take a 5-minute break. Rinse and repeat. This method works wonders because it helps you maintain a high level of focus during those 25 minutes, knowing that a break is just around the corner. It also prevents burnout by ensuring you don't push yourself too hard. Over time, you'll train your brain to focus better, which means you'll be able to learn and retain more in less time. Another trick to boost your concentration is to eliminate distractions before you even begin. Sounds simple, right? But it's one of the most overlooked steps in the learning process. If you're trying to study or work, put your phone on airplane mode, close all unnecessary tabs, and let everyone around you know that you need uninterrupted time. This single action can make a huge difference in your ability to concentrate and, as a result, your ability to learn faster. How to retain information like a pro. Let's face it, learning is useless if you can't remember what you've learned. And this is where most people go wrong. They put in the effort to learn, but they don't focus on how to retain the information. If you want to learn faster and master any skill, you need to understand the techniques that will help you retain information long-term. Retention isn't about memorization. It's about making the information stick in your brain in a way that's meaningful. One of the most powerful ways to retain information is by teaching what you've learned to someone else. Sounds strange, right? But research shows that when you teach others, you reinforce your own understanding of the material. It forces you to process and organize your thoughts, making the information more solid in your memory. You don't have to teach a whole class, just explain the concept to a friend or even out loud to yourself. The act of teaching forces your brain to recall and reinforce the material, significantly improving retention. Another retention strategy is visualization. When you're learning something new, try to create a mental picture of what you're studying. For example, if you're learning how to play a new song on the piano, imagine yourself playing it in your mind before you even touch the keys. The brain is more likely to remember something when you associate it with a visual image or an experience. By visualizing your success, you're not just memorizing information, you're creating a deeper connection to it that sticks. Building consistency with self-discipline. Finally, we come to one of the most essential elements of mastering anything: self-discipline. It's easy to get excited about learning something new, but without consistency, that initial burst of motivation can fade away. Self-discipline is what will keep you moving forward when the excitement wears off and when obstacles arise. The truth is, consistency is what turns learning into a habit and success into reality. So, how can you build this crucial trait? One of the most effective ways to develop self-discipline is by setting small, achievable goals. Breaking down your larger goal into smaller tasks makes the process feel less daunting and more manageable. If you want to learn how to play an instrument, don't aim to master an entire song in one sitting. Instead, focus on learning a section each day, even if it's just 10 minutes. Small wins like this not only build your confidence, but also train your brain to stay focused and committed. Over time, these small victories will add up to major progress. Another powerful technique to boost your self-discipline is habit stacking. This is when you pair a new habit with an already established one. For instance, if you want to read more to accelerate your learning, do it right after your morning coffee. By attaching your new learning habit to something you already do daily, you make it easier to stick to. This trick helps you stay consistent even when life gets busy. The key is to stay committed, and over time, your self-discipline will become second nature, pushing you closer to mastery with each passing day. Now that you've unlocked the secrets to learning faster than 99% of people, it's time to put this knowledge into action. Remember, mastering anything requires more than just hard work. It requires the right mindset, effective strategies, intense focus, retention techniques, and above all, consistency. So, what are you going to start learning today? What skills are you going to accelerate and conquer? Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now and let these strategies transform the way you approach learning. Are you ready to become the smartest person in the room? The first step starts with you. Apply these techniques and watch how quickly you improve. Your brain is capable of so much more than you realize. And with the right habits, you'll be mastering skills and unlocking your potential in ways that most people can only dream of. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another tip that will help you grow, learn, and master anything faster. Let's keep learning together.